Why is the North always afraid of division? Okay, we are still in one Nigeria. Why are they still always afraid of restructuring? Why are they always afraid of a regional system of government? Why does any time the North always talk about this present structure of Nigeria, which many people have said is not working, but the North have always said this is how we want Nigeria to be? State police, no. Restructuring, no. Regional system of government, no. The North is very, very comfortable like this. And there's no way Nigeria can move forward with this present system, with this present structure, with this present constitution. Now, right there on your screen, Vice President Kashim Shettima, he has told the Arewa leaders, that is the Arewa Consultative Forum, he has told the leaders, don't allow anybody to divide Nigeria. You see, the North is comfortable with the way Nigeria is. But most people in the South are saying this is not how a normal country should be structured. Don't forget, I gave you the names of the alleged coup plotters according to Premium Times. And by this time, if you have been watching me, you'll have known where they came from. At least, there is no pretense. You have known where they came from. The alleged coup plotters. God forbid, assuming the coup has worked, you now by this time, you would have known which region will have benefited from that nonsense. Let's start properly. I have an information I'm going to give to you. Let's start. If you are watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, and also share this video. Kindly like and share as you are watching, and also drop your comments. Don't just watch, like and share as you are watching this video, and also drop your comments. Kindly subscribe if you are not subscribed, and also on notifications. Kashim Shettima, our Vice President, have told the other elders, don't let anybody, any mischief makers divide this Nigeria. Check your screen there. You are going to see a DSS recruitment that was carried out in 2020 by the then DG of the DSS, Yusuf Bichi. 535 people from the North were choosing. Only 93 people were choosing from the southern Nigeria. Now, the North is crying today. Our customs had more people in Lagos than the whole of northern Nigeria. The chicken have come home to roost. Remember, if you have been watching me, I always make this declaration. Anytime you see evil, you must speak up against it. They were enjoying Buhari's government. Buhari was choosing people nepotistic. A clear nepotism under Muhammadu Buhari. Now, they are now speaking up under Tinubu. Like I said, you don't have the moral right, and they should shut up. You don't simply have the moral right. And I've always said this, if Nigeria is to be a normal country, there is no way you will see Jonathan and vote for Buhari. There is no way. In competency, in administration, in anything, in educational qualifications, there is no way you'd ever leave Jonathan and vote for Buhari. But because of sentiments, tribal sentiments, religious sentiment, and all those nonsense, they voted for Buhari. And some Yoruba elites too, they worked to remove Jonathan. Now, even before Buhari died, I've been saying it. Buhari's government is the worst in the history of Nigeria. And I've been consistent in it. Buhari's government is the most irresponsible government ever. You were choosing people based on their tribe. At a particular time, the Fulani felt that they own Nigeria under Buhari. They can do and undo. That was where we started hearing of repentant bandits. repentant Boko Haram, all this nonsense started gearing up under Buhari's government. If Nigeria to be a normal country, there is no way normal human being will have voted for Buhari. But because of tribe and religion and all those things, that's the problem. So the North have nothing to say. They should shut up. Look at that information on the screen. How can you bring in 35 human beings from the North and just 93 people from the South? Let us be okay. If you are watching me now, drop a comment. Between the South and the North, ordinarily, which of them is more competent? In education, which of them is not competent? And you say Nigeria is not working. You are still using quota system. In 2025, we are still using quota system in Nigeria. Quota system. And you are saying things are not working. How do you expect things to work? Using quota system. So all these things are the problem. All these things point to the facts that to achieve a proper nationhood is not, see, listen to me, is not something that we can just wish away. No, we must be ready to tell ourselves the truth. At this stage of our lives, let's tell ourselves the truth. This current structure is not working. This system is not working. Let us start by our unification. The British who joined us together, did they seek consent from our forefathers? In 1914, the amalgamation of the Northern Protectorate and Southern Protectorate, did they seek our fathers' consent? That, okay, Yoruba sit down, the Igbo sit down, the North sit down, and the other minority groups in Nigeria, do you agree to be one? They just joined Nigeria together without the consent of the indigenous people. And look at how everything is now. Look at how, and look at where we are today. The truth can be bitter if it pain you, but we must always tell ourselves and remember where we are coming from. After that, look at the scenes of what happened in Nigeria. In 1960, Azikiwe group met with Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. He said, it's the Zik of Africa. And you wonder how can you compare in Igbo land the popularity of Azikiwe and Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu? In Igbo land till tomorrow, can you compare their popularity? Azikiwe believed in, okay, let us have this kind of Nigeria. And then he became a president, but the prime minister was far more powerful than him. Tafawa Balewa was the prime minister, far more powerful. And they saw the series of what happened in Nigeria. From the Awolowo and Ladoke Akintola supremacy battle of the southwestern part of Nigeria to the issue of the civil war and everything culminated. Military rule. We now came back in 1999. The same, look at what they gave to us as constitution. And you are asking, why are things not working? Look at what they gave to you. Look at the documents that they gave to Nigerians as constitution. You are asking, you are like, okay, in a constitution where Sharia is being mentioned. You understand? So that is the problem. Until the people of Nigeria, the young people find a way to sit down and ask themselves, what is the power to go? Jonathan did a confab in 2014. But in that confab, he said Nigeria's unity was not negotiable. So that pretext has cancelled everything. That one word, that pretext, that Nigeria's unity was not negotiable, it has cancelled everything. So there is no way you would ever, now, without one pretext, there is no way. I'm telling you something. There is no way without one pretext that things can never move forward. That Nigeria's unity was not negotiable. Now, the cover was our constitution 1999 should be looked at. If possible, let us have a people's constitution. But how can it pass where we have more people in the north in the National Assembly? Is it the problem? So when you talk about state police, when you talk about the north have always rejected all of them. Say no, we don't just want. So how do we expect Nigeria to move forward? So anything called division, the north does not want to hear anything. When I gave you a report from Mahadishe, when I showed you that news on your screen, Mahadishe, who said, "Oh, the Republic is now a welcome reality," and he kept on mentioning these different tribes. He kept on mentioning them, how they are moving in the right direction. Different tribes in Nigeria. So now, if you ask me, Riwan, I don't know. I gave you a news earlier. Deputy Speaker, House of Assembly of Kebbi State, they kidnapped him. He was kidnapped today. That's the number 4 citizens of a state. They carry and go. What is the hope of me and you? If they carry Deputy Speaker, God have mercy. If they can kidnap Deputy Speaker of a state, in Kebbi State, I gave you that information earlier. Now, all these things, when you look at them critically, you must be very worried. And for the fact that the US government, they're talking about the Sharia law again, Ted Cruz, talking about that Sharia law. See, listen now, listen. The way things are presently, God have mercy. So let them start working on a new constitution for Nigeria. It's very possible. I gave you a news last Saturday. Olisa Agbakoba said this. It is very, very possible to have a new constitution. That's if we are willing. That's if we have the temerity to bring a new constitution into place. If we are willing, we can do it. So let us have a new constitution. It's very, very possible, and we can have it. But as you are watching this video, you drop your comments. What now do you think is the right way to go? I saw your comments over the issue of the kidnap of the Deputy Speaker of Kebbi State. Many people are saying on the comment section that that kidnap is a fake kidnap. That's oh my God have mercy. Many people are saying that the Sultan of Sokoto, El-Rufai, and everybody should be investigated. I see your comment too. I saw many comments. But drop your comments. What do you think? And how do you think it is now the right way to go as Nigerians? Don't forget, in Lagos State, the Sultan of Sokoto said 2 weeks ago, nobody can divide Nigeria. And 10 governors were there in that meeting. Also, the Sultan made another declaration in Benin Kebbi, where they had the meeting of Northern Traditional Rulers meeting. He said social media should be regulated by the government over fake news. So all these things are now bring up. Don't forget, the US President Donald Trump has sanctioned Nigeria by putting Nigeria back in the name of country of concern about the issue of the genocide against the Christian. Now, our president has come out to deny it. President Bola Tinubu have come out to deny it. Said no, there is nothing like Christian genocide in Nigeria. The president has come out to deny it. There's not like that, obviously. Now, listen. Let us look at possible. What is the way out of this mess in northern Nigeria? That's another question again. What the north today? Repentant bandits. Repentant. Look at those bandits. Look at who they are kidnapping. Listen to me. If they can kidnap a fourth citizen of that state, the deputy speaker. Now, listen to me. They are getting more bolder. You even see them during the peace meeting. Look at the weapons that they have. So all this Yoruba and Igbo pray for us. There's no prayer anymore. There's nothing like prayer for you. It is go and fix that broken system that's encouraging this nonsense. Yoruba and Igbo pray. There's nothing. It's not about Yoruba and Igbo pray for you. It's about you putting the right people and the right structures in the right place. Now listen to me. Now listen. It's not about anybody. Nobody can pray for you. It is your hypocrisy, which is a very, very big problem, which is a very, very big indictment on you. A big problem and a very, very big indictment. Now listen to me. Let's go down memory lane. Let's go down memory lane. 1960, Nigeria got independence, obviously, and we started governing ourselves. Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was the prime minister. He was the head of government. Nnamdi Azikiwe was the president, but the head of government, Congo, was the prime minister. Look at from then on till now, the North has held the most powerful position in Nigeria. And these are facts and figures here. The North has ruled Nigeria the most. The question is very, very simple. Now, ask yourself, what is that benefit of you being in power the most in the country? You have not asked yourself that question. What is the benefit of you being in power the most? Now, listen carefully. If you are watching me now, this kidnap is a listen. It might be the beginning of something big. If a deputy speaker of a state can be kidnapped, now a deputy speaker of a state, if he can be kidnapped, that man is the fourth in that state. After the governor, the deputy governor, the speaker is the fourth. If he can be kidnapped, God have mercy. So now it is time. All the meeting that the Southern Secretary is having, talking about social media, I said this the other day, that they should look at the issue of these bandits. That banditry should not be taken. See, number one is that let them be designated as terrorists first. That is now the most important thing to do. It's very, very compulsory. They must first be seen as terrorists. Then we can now tackle them as terrorists. Listen to me. It's now very, very compulsory for you to see them. They know that they're supposed to be here. They should be seen as terrorists, not all this. They must be seen the name that they are. Stop calling them another name. These people are terrorists. Calling them bandits is like putting a gloss on it. They are not bandits, they are terrorists. Call them their names. It's very crucial, very vital, and very important. That's one of the first steps to make. So social media is not the problem. Social media is not the problem. Let us call out the problem. When the sometimes talk about social media, I shake my head. Oh yeah, listen to me. Is this social media that is behind the kidnap of a deputy speaker of House of Assembly in a state? That is the problem. When I gave the template Go and check how the Igbo people survive the horrors and the genocide of the Biafra Civil War. They should use that template and learn. Listen, it's very, very compulsory now. There's already a template which you can use and learn. A template has already been put in place. Use that same template on your people there. It's very, very simple. Use that template on your people. Listen very well. The Igbo people, they survived the Biafra Civil War because they had billionaires who had vision. You serve Oga, after many years, Oga give you shop. That was a very, very good economic model. Now, after serving Oga finish, Oga now give you shop. How many years? That was how gradually. It's not easy for a people that faced a brutal war. And look at the Igbos today. That economic model should be imbibed. These children, let them go and learn trade. Very, very simple. Now, listen to me. Also, the Yoruba model of Awolowo's legacy in education. A free and compulsory education in the North. Now, that model too is very, very crucial and important. Have that model. Send your children to school. You know, nothing there for this one. Just send your children to school. Let them go to school. Let them have knowledge of the basic things in life. Send your pikin go school and understand this imagine everywhere. What happened today? The 1st of November 2025 is a very, very big pointer. God have mercy on the North. God have mercy. Their leaders are